Wait, one part is
Okay. No, bro. There's opportunity. Relax. Relax, bro.
What are you doing?
Alright.
High ass up.
Calm down, bro.
It just
I'm gonna just cut all this out.
don't put that shit up.
Oh,
Put
man.
that shit in there.
We're just talking now.
This is a bitch ass nigga.
Whoa, bro.
Alright, so it's been a while since we did a podcast. This is our first video in a while. Like the last video we did was like a year ago. Alright, so right now we in the middle of DreamCon weekend, but we decided to go ahead and talk about this chapter because it was fucking crazy, bro. Where do I even start? Like,
You're not talking about 264 like right after the Jacob's ladder, right? Because I ain't read that.
oh yeah, he has right. Wow, I
It's
just
not out of nowhere.
Well, let me just say this.
Bro, look for the leaks, bro.
Look, I'm gonna
You're
just say.
reading the leaks.
Yeah,
Are you
look,
the-
so, bro, I'm also at Jacob's ladder, so I actually ain't there too. I thought he meant the actual chapter. I didn't know he was talking about leaks. So,
Okay, leaks don't count.
so I'll be real with you. Second, I'll tell you right now, my stuff kind of be talking about most recent chapter, but I'm gonna be real with you. Most of what I want to talk about is JJK right now as a whole, not so much just specifically this chapter. I got like opinions, is what I want to say.
Opinionated.
Now, some of them, I gotta say, I can like defend some of my own criticism towards it. Like for example, this first part, I'm gonna try to keep spoiler free, right? This is a matter of pacing to me right now, right? I'm not blaming Gege for it. I think it's like an unfortunateness of the weekly,
Aspect of it.
yeah.
Yeah, and he's been getting sick a lot, so
Yeah.
he's had to have to take more
Because
breaks.
I'm gonna be real with you. I think for a minute, I'm gonna be real. JJK was getting annoying as fuck. Oh my god, with these fucking will they, won't they fucking cliffhangers. Holy shit, bro.
It was back to
Shit.
back, like,
I think I'm gonna be real with you. Part of me has deep and deeper with me. I was like, bro, is he just making shit up, bro? Shit is just happening. But I fell off for a minute, right?
Yeah.
I fell off for a minute, and then I was like, bro, somebody almost spoiled me. I was like, I gotta get back in there, because I forgot some stuff too. So I like half restarted from that arc, and shit flowed so much better.
Which arc?
You can get all immediately versus weekly, and I think because my brain was like, okay, I read this chapter this week, and then like I don't know what's really going on. You go to the next chapter, you know what I'm saying? Because you can't really piece, like, because you're like looking at the pieces weekly, you're missing it, like you forget information.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But reading it just from in one sitting or binging it, kinda, I was like, okay, no, she's making sense now. She's actually okay. This is why they didn't go there. Okay.
Because that shit's supposed to be in a book manga format.
Yeah, so I'm saying
You're not
like
supposed to be reading
literally the fact that
online.
the chapter it is boggling, bro. It's like when I can say I was locked in. I was like, oh, bro, but I was like, bro, why does this feel so ass? I feel like, bro, these are weird decisions. What's happening? I was so confused. But like, no, he was putting seeds slowly in other chapters, later chapters. But like, as he's seeding seeds, he's also sprouting them from earlier ones, right? But the problem is, because we're getting them weekly, we're forgetting what he planted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, like that's my only like real like gripe with it. Serious. I can see why people are kind of like falling off of JJK because you know they've been noticing that, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people just been like, bro, this shit is this shit is ass or something like that.
Because it's going back.
Or they're getting frustrated. People are getting frustrated. Like you've been hearing seeing all the memes and stuff like that.
But it's
like people are falling off, and I'm like, bro,
I can understand why, because for the most part, because it's like what you said, they're reading it like chapter by chapter, that's coming out like every like few weeks to a damn near month. But fucking, they're over here, they're basically seeing a fight that you should really read like in a day.
Yeah, like some people think this fucking arc is dragging. Some people will say, bro, this arc is fucking dragging. Which, get to the spoilers part when we get there. There's some stuff for that too, we don't get into. But I can see their thing. The civilization of it makes it feel like that.
It should be read in like a day.
I'm not gonna say anything in spoilers. All I'm saying is like that's why I like to let the chapters build up. Like during the can I talk about the coding games? No.
Yeah.
Can I mention the coding games at least?
That's past. We're good. You go ahead.
Okay, so like
You're spoiling the Cullen game.
Look.
That's spoiling.
Look, during the culling games, I didn't really.
If you don't want to hear that shit, don't listen. We're spoiling.
Okay, we're going to the spoilers. We're going to get the spoilers. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say during a certain arc, I didn't read it week by week because war arcs week by week are fucking killer. For me, it just really takes me out, and I kind of forget what happens during chapters. Yeah. So I'll let the chapters build up until the arc is over, and then read it back to back to back. That's just so it can help me process everything.
So we talking JJK in here.
All right, what's happening?
You sure? Are you caught up?
You're not even. Get the fuck out of here, nigga.
He closing that door. He committed. We've got spoiler territory.
All I'm saying is that nigga Sukuna shit died. Been died. Just saying. I don't care what anyone
I already
says.
told these niggas don't listen to these spoilers. They're spoilers right now.
Go ahead.
What's up?
He's talking.
Okay, so like usually during war arcs, especially this anime, I can't read that shit week by week because it gets confusing and I forget shit. Yeah. So I wait until the chapters build up until the arc is over and then I read it. Yep. Just so I can know what the fuck is going on.
I feel like that's the most optimal way to really go about it on cool.
Yeah.
Cause like they are fucking killer, bro. Like just back to back because like there's so many like there's any gaps between, bro. It's like mind boggling, bro.
Like if it's just a fight,
condition.
Yeah.
If it's just a one-on-one fight. Chapter by chapter is okay, you know.
Which it never is.
Because fights aren't that long in manga. Maybe like 6 or 10 chapters. I think the longest fight was Goku versus Frieza, and that was like how many chapters in manga? Like
shit.
It was long in the anime, but I think in the manga it probably went by faster.
It still dragged, bro. But anyway, yeah. Nah, I feel you. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that weekly thing of it is hurting it. But I think, doing it like that is, like the best way for it. Now, moving on to some other stuff, you know what I'm saying? Now we're about to get, like I said, back in the spoiler territory. Since we had our guests come up in here talking about some, super to die. Let's get to that. I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to be real honest with you. I think another thing I'm still starting to dislike. So let me not caveat. What's the word? Like, let me give you some credit real quickly. Some people are really pissed about his what do they call it again? His binding vows that Sukuna are making, right? A lot of people are starting to get because bro is making crazy bonding vows.
Bro, hold on, time out.
No, he's not losing shit.
Let me finish this. Let me say this part real quick.
Go ahead.
Let me say this part real quick. And this is gonna be maybe unpopular opinion, right? Mm-hmm. I personally do not mind the abuse of binding vows. Now, hear me out. Mm-hmm. As the king of curses, I think it is only fitting that he be the one who, obviously having the most knowledge about it, being the most knowledgeable being there is, to have the loophole or to abuse it as such, even more so than any other character. I'm completely fine with that, and I think it's not a bad way, right? I'm about to go into the Sukuna stuff that's crazy or negative, but with this part, I think, in all honesty, I think it's fine for him to be the one abusing it. Mm-hmm. Right, there is a part where we're gonna spoil this for people if you didn't fully catch up. Where obviously, I think a part that always bothered me is that the first time we see a binding vow that's like really crazy is the moment Gojo is killed. You get what I'm saying? Because I think we've always saw binding vows.
Like when Kenjaku versus Miwa?
No, I know. I'm saying we've always seen binding vows. But we've never seen such a unique bonding vow that he made right then and there. You get what I'm saying? Like, we've never seen it happen like that.
Okay.
That specific moment, was like, oh, so you can do it like this. Okay. And it just so happened to be the moment he killed Gojo.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? That was the first time we've seen it abused like that. And I feel like that part also makes people think, I think at that point where people was like, bro, binding vows are bullshit. Do you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think at that moment, people was like, binding vows are bullshit.
No, I think
I think at that moment, it made us realize, we don't know everything we knew about binding vows. No. And I think if Gege would have put something like that a little bit earlier, or maybe not, because it's a weird moment. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But that whole section was really weird for me because it goes the chapter went because the chapter right before that they're like straight fighting, and it looked like Gojo's gonna win. And then the next
that's what I'm saying. Like literally, as Gojo was winning, like to people. Let me say hypothetically to people who like, bro, binding vows are bullshit. This is where they would start, right? They literally see like, okay, Gojo's clearly fucking gonna win, right? And then out of nowhere, binding vow, he wins. It's over. I think like for someone who is like the binding vows are bullshit at this moment, like that the battle he makes right now immediately kills Gojo.
Yeah, that pisses
now,
me off.
hold on.
So like these are the people who like don't like binding vows. That's like, okay, you just gave us like to people like you binding vows are bullshit at this
That
point,
should look like
right?
they have it
but
on
it makes
screen.
sense. Like it like there you could ideally see this being a conclusion if like I feel like people's bias immediately kicked in for it purely because of that moment. Granted, that was a weird moment to use it. So like wow, like the moment you want to introduce this other element that could have theoretically already existed to binding vows, you do it right here.
It's like
in the
peak
most
of the battle.
like, peak battle like that.
And it looked like it happened off screen. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
I feel like when that's the part where people's like binding vows are bullshit.
Yeah.
Confused
I
the
was
fuck out
gonna
of me
say,
because
I
I'm
was
like,
gonna
what
say
happened?
the fact that
And my argument is that even though that was a crazy time for JJ to use it, it still makes sense.
You know, in the end, it worked to Gege's advantage. You know, this definitely got people talking. My only thing about it is that like,
Even then, technically,
so
okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much.
So like, well, the thing about binding vows is we don't actually see them happen. Like when Sukuna was fighting Yoruzu, they made a binding vow, and she just said like, hey, you know, if you lose, you have to like be married or something. And he said like, in return, like I'll just give you everything. And she said that's a binding vow. And I'm just like, damn, all they did was talk about it.
Exactly.
So, okay,
I thought binding vow was like shaking hands.
I got a thing for this. So Pete. So technically speaking, binding vows were been introduced, right? It's not as though he hasn't been shown us what binding vows are. Like from like first to second episode or like few chapters in the beginning, Sukuna immediately makes a pact with Itadori. This is our first time seeing what a pact is, right? So in terms of our introduction of what a pact is, we see it as, okay, this is an exchange. You give me this, I give you this. Do we agree? Yeah. That's what we immediately saw as a binding vow, right? But hold on, I got you. Then we see another example of how binding vows can work, right? Mm-hmm. With Nanami, right? We understand his binding vow to his like 80% from 9 to 5, 120% after hours. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He's showing us, like even with what's her name? Katana, when she do Miwa. Yeah. Her binding vow technically revolves around her ability, right? Yeah. I can cut anything as long as it winters this. Like he's showing us how binding vows work. So right there, the example that you used is similar to the first one they show us, a contract. You get what I'm saying? So for that example, he's showing us how they work. What's the unique thing is the one with Gojo. This is the first time we've seen it affected like that. You get what I'm saying?
What's funny is that
he was already defining rules. He just showed us just how broad those rules was in that.
And then he secondly like brings it back up when he shows the fight between Kashima and what was his name? The purple hair dude.
I'm blanking.
The Thunder God? Hikari?
The Thunder God is Kashima versus the game. Yeah,
Hikari.
Yeah. When he fights Hikari, and Hikari is literally healing from full death, damn near full death, because he's winning the gamble.
Yeah.
He's winning the gamble.
There's even that time where I think his arm gets blown off.
Yes.
And I think people thought, bro, that's bullshit. Like, what are you talking about? Because, like, I think, so to me, it made sense because I saw it as like, oh, sacrificing the protection on my arm, I can give the rest of my body more protection. Now, I think that was the binding vow. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, and that makes sense logically. It's similar to how freaking Sukuna just early, like you know what I'm saying, earlier used it. It showed us that like the effectiveness of binding vows and like how more general, more deeper that they actually can go. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I don't think binding vows are bullshit. Is what all I'm saying, right? However, because I want to start getting to the Sukuna part. This is where we truly need to get. I'm gonna be real with you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Talk about boy Tar first.
All right, listen. So I get there's a point that some binding vows are not bullshit. And here's the thing, right? I could attest for the fact that Gojo's death. Alright, that's fine. I'll let y'all niggas have that. But the pure fact that that nigga Sukuna is still taking all these punches.
Okay, that's where we're going. No, that's the part. See, look, you're already moving to where I'm going, bro. Go ahead. We're gonna get there. Let him get it.
The pure fact that nigga is still walking right now is fucking fantastic, which is fucking insane. From all the punches, everything, all the fucking buildings, shit blowing up, but the fact that that nigga can still use like damn near half of his abilities when he said, "Oh yeah, this is the last time I can use this shit," that's what I call bullshit about. But hey, whatever.
So okay, we're about to get here. So I'm gonna be real with you. I have not been fucking with Sukuna right now. Like I think he is. I can say like I'm not gonna lie. He has been like I'm gonna be like Sukuna. I think what's making me so tight is that he went from like such a fun character, like this fucking menace, to like bros. I'm gonna be real with you. I hate with how so half of you said that I'm okay with Sukuna abusing binding vows, even to the point where like conceptually speaking, literally his binding vow against Gojo is a part of also why he's winning. What's pissing me off is how he's winning, right? Like not so much the fact that he's abusing binding vows, but it's just pissing me off that basically bro's just a glorified fucking punching bag. Because he in his fucking fight with Gojo, it was a battle of intelligence. You can see why he's the curse of, king of spirit, your curses, you feel me? They're trying to outplay, what I'm saying, understanding his opponent's ability and his adaptability. Yeah. All he's doing now is just tanking.
He's tanking.
Bro is just tanking everything. And it's like this is not fun anymore. This is not fun anymore.
Hold on. We need to talk about this fight because
we're about to.
I've reread this shit so many times.
You talking about Gojo versus Sukuna or past that?
Gojo versus Sukuna.
Okay,
this has to be the craziest fight I've ever seen.
That was such a
I haven't been so hyped for a fight since Goku versus.
I'm gonna be real with you. My enjoyment started slowly going down after this. Not because Gojo died, but because Sukuna stopped being crazy and just was like, he's a fucking derpy ass brick.
That nigga
he gets hit by everything. Bro doesn't dodge anything.
Yeah, he's not like
bro's taking everyone's ultimate technique. And he's like, I survived. I survived.
Every plan is working, but it ain't killing him, and that's like the problem.
Like it's annoying. Like he's just taking everything. It doesn't feel like he's smart. It feels like he has plot armor. You feel what I'm saying? It feels like he has plot armor now.
Well, can we talk about the
stars? All he does is tank stuff. Like, okay, motherfuckers has infinite durability.
You talking about tanking? Can we talk about the Star Shinjuku? So Gojo pulls out his fucking hollow purple 200%, by the way, meaning that it's twice as strong as his regular one.
And that nigga only lost a fucking hand? What? How?
Now, he was shooting it from like kilometers away, but motherfucker, it's a hollow purple, and that shit came fast. Sukuna was still able to react to it and only lose his arm. When I saw that shit, I was like, he is so fucked, bro. If his strongest move didn't work off rip, he's not beating this nigga. But I was like, man, maybe he might do it. But it's not looking good. That's a bad. And what was Gojo trying to do? Was he trying to flex?
No, that nigga was trying to kill that nigga.
He was trying to get rid of him. Like that was a one hit. Like the reason why he died was because he knew he died. That's the point, right? But even after that, Gojo was still in a good position.
But I know, but it's like now I wasn't worried about because obviously that took a lot of curse energy. But Gojo is Gojo. He barely loses curse energy.
Think about it this way: in this perspective, literally, Sukuna had literally no choice but to make the binding vow just to win. Think about that.
I know that's a testament to Gojo's strength.
So his bounding vow was he has to do it. He has to do his like world cutting slash a certain way every time he performs it. Like, he'll be stronger and it works better, but he has to do those movements. He has to. Because remember, he could do it without any movement. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really react, but now you can react.
And you know the good one thing I appreciate.
He caught. In all honesty, I'm gonna be real with you. I truly think I respected the way he beat Gojo, right? Yeah. He caught Gojo lacking. Gojo was relying on his ability. Bro said, okay, peep game, I'm gonna make this to where it can work.
And you know what?
Bro thought he was invincible.
I'm changing the rules.
Bro thought he was crazy, bro. Got his ass. You know what I'm saying? Caught him slacking.
You know what the crazy part is?
You was relying on your ability too much.
So like, you remember at the start of the battle, like, Sukuna threw a slash at him and Gojo, and it just, Infinity reacted to it. So he did the next time he does the slash again is at the end of the fight. What I think happened, because we didn't see it on screen, what I think happened is Sukuna threw a slash and Gojo's like, oh, Infinity's just gonna catch it. And he
No, he thought he could tank it.
Yeah, and that shit just cut
Because
to
remember,
pieces.
he's been tanking them.
That's what I'm saying.
He thought he could tank it.
But what I'm saying is
he got
like,
caught lacking.
Sukuna used like a long-term strategy. He didn't use a bulk of his abilities for the whole fight. He was just using 10 shadows and
he had to. Don't. You're selling Sukuna short. I mean, you're giving him too much credit.
No.
He was pushed to that point. It wasn't like he was trying to hold back. They were fighting. He had to do
Like,
a binding vow.
essentially-
He could not win.
I know,
essentially what he
because of
did-
Hollow Purple. Like, he was fucked up, right?
Yes.
So he had no other options.
I'm
like,
telling you this,
essentially-
he was using the 9-10 techniques, not because he was just didn't want to use all his options. Because those were the objectively best options.
Yeah, like essentially what he was doing, like he's using his basket of ability, but yeah, essentially he had changed the rules at that very moment to catch him off guard.
Yes, you gotta think about that. Like like he is being super creative with how those abilities work. Like he's showing us ways that maybe you know what I'm saying.
Like not to just make the binding vow like before the start in mid battle to make the binding vow.
That was so unique. That was like the first time we've ever seen.
But
it
you
used like
also
that.
got to realize that fight was also like not only about just like using the 10 showers, but also how fast they could use their domain specials.
Yeah,
because they like
all
they
that
used,
is to say,
3 or 4 times in like in the
yes,
span of
all
5
that is to
seconds.
say, he was pushed to them. Like he was at his like fuck. How do I win? This is the like you know what I'm saying. It was a matter of him being pushed, not that he was holding back. That's what I'm saying. I respect that fight because he won because he was simply smarter. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think it's bullshit. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to give Binding Vows a credit because I don't think that moment was. It sucks that it happened, but that was you can theoretically in that moment think, oh, that was that nigga fault. He tried to tank that shit.
But at the end of the
Right?
day,
He didn't think the rules could change.
Because at that point he had stopped dodging a lot of his shit. Because he was just
I'll just take this shit.
He was using reverse cursing
Exactly.
to heal a lot of
Yeah.
shit. He just stopped healing his arm.
Bro thought he could do it.
but also I think about it this way too. That nigga Sukuna, all that nigga needed was time. Cause if Gojo would have hit his ass with Hollow Purple without him dodging his shit, that nigga done.
Yeah,
Right?
even Sukuna said himself, like, hey, he hits me with this shit, I'm fucked.
Like, okay, I'm gonna show you an example of how I'm low-key pissed. So here we're going a little bit further, y'all. Alright? So this nigga later gets hit by another Hollow Purple.
You talking about
yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he just takes it now?
Okay, hold on. Time out.
Literally last time he had to dodge. Now he can just take it?
But hold on, time out. And to be fair, I realized
my Hollow Purple or unlimited hollow technique.
From Homeboy, what's his name?
Take
over his body.
Yuta.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yuta.
yeah.
I'm talking about,
So-
he uses Hollow Purple.
So I'm gonna just make this real quick.
Again.
One, I kind of honestly I hate the fact that they made you like into like Gojo.
We'll
I hate
get
that
that-
part.
we'll get that
but
later.
I will separate
We'll get
that.
that later.
I'll separate that. But two, that proves one thing. That Gojo was really a hard worker and not that his abilities made him.
No, it proves that Gojo was just a weapon of Jujutsu. It proves that, look, you see how Yuta, you see how Yuta's in Gojo's body, right? But he's not as good as Gojo.
I mean,
Right,
and he
because
was saying that like
but-
mid-chapter, he was like, "Oh shit, this is really fucking hard to use. How the hell did he control this?"
But to me, to learn a technique that requires skill. You need practice.
That's what I'm saying.
but-
Gojo had skill. He has his body, but he can't do the same.
But another
but he can't do it
problem
like
was
he
like
can.
because the 6 eyes didn't transfer, right?
Yeah.
He didn't have the 6 eyes,
And-
so he literally could not.
and
it
also-
was hard as fuck for him to control.
And also,
it.
one thing I know is we assume by using his body, he would gain his memories and all his skills. But that's not the case either, because because when Sukuna socked the fuck out of him in that domain battle, he was like, oh, he didn't see what happens, which means that he doesn't know how Gojo figured out how to deal with Shrine.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just put it like this. To get past that, we're gonna get to that in a second.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like the fact that he take the second Hollow Purple, bro. Like,
Point blank, by the way,
like,
he was close. as fuck.
you literally dodged it when you were fighting. It's not like it was any less powerful. So it's like,
I don't know. I don't know.
what are you talking about?
I don't know, but I think that generally that Hollow Purple was not.
You thought it was weaker than Gojo's Hollow Purple from earlier?
I think so. That's just me.
Y'all
personally.